Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic and happy Tuesday. I'm glad you're here. Today's Red Mic message: earned, not given. We're talking about equal opportunity. The result, however, is up to you. Now, sometimes you run into something that sounds right, but it doesn't hold up when you really look at it. Make it fair. That's one of those phrases that everybody usually nods along with until you ask the next question. What does fair actually mean? Now, this is not a new debate. Friedrich August von Hayek wrestled with this decades ago, and he didn't just tiptoe around it. He called social justice a mirage, something that looks real from a distance, but it disappears when you try to define it. He put it this way, and this is a quote: I am certain that nothing has done so much to destroy the juridical safeguards of individual freedom as the striving after this mirage of social justice. You gotta love old quotes. They throw in words that we don't use anymore. And then he asked a question that doesn't have a clean answer. How do you decide between what's fair in completely different roles? A nurse and a butcher, a coal miner and a high court judge, a deep sea diver and a sewer cleaner, an entrepreneur and a jockey, a tax collector and an inventor of a life-saving drug, a jet pilot, professor of mathematics. Because once you say we're going to make this fair, you better be able to explain fair according to who. Is it equal outcomes? Because if that's the goal, you don't get there naturally. You get there by forcing it. And the minute you start forcing outcomes, you're not rewarding effort or merit anymore. You're managing appearances. I didn't grow up in a system that promised equal outcomes. My grandmother picked cotton during the Depression. I think I've mentioned this before. One of my grandfathers was an orphan. My dad was a welder. Now, he went back to school and got a degree later in life. And then he worked as a safety guy in a plant, but he wore a golf shirt and khakis and carried a clipboard, and he was no longer getting metal in his eye. My mom was a bank teller. I didn't have any silver spoons. There were no guarantees. And no one promised them the same finish line as anybody else, but they were all given the same shot. That's the difference. That is equal opportunity. And equal opportunity says the door is open. What you do with it is up to you. If you believe in equal outcomes, well, that's different. Equal outcomes, that says we're going to decide where everyone ends up. Those are nowhere near the same country, the same planet, the same universe. They are not the same system, and they don't produce the same kind of people. Now bring that into your world, your team, your organization, your leadership. You've got people working at different levels, different effort, different ownership, and at some point, you're going to feel that pull probably. What can I do to even this out? And that's the mirage because it feels like fairness, but it breaks the system. A better path, honestly, you set measuring sticks, you clear standards, you have clear standards, you have clear expectations, clear accountability, and you let the people rise based on their abilities, and the rest is going to sort itself out. Let people struggle, let them rise, let them earn it. Because if people know that the rules are real and they are the same for everybody, then they're going to trust the process. And when they trust the process, they're going to run through a wall for you. But when they think that outcomes are being adjusted or manipulated behind the scenes, they will stop believing. Not only will that make Journey mad, but when your staff stops believing, once that belief is gone, everything else follows it out the door. Don't chase that mirage of equal outcomes. It's not real. There's no way it can be real. Build a measuring platform, a measuring stick, a measuring process, whatever you want to call it, and make the opportunity for improvement, for advancement, for excellence. Make all of that real. Make standards real and let the outcomes be earned. Because honestly, that's not just leadership. That's the foundation of everything that actually works. You're not going to be able to change that. Not with all the good intentions in the world. Because equal outcome, it's a mirage. And that's today's Red Mike message. Short, sweet, to the point, but I saw a post that reminded me of this whole thing, and I thought, you know what, I need to talk about this today. Speaking about achievement, again, look out, Lady Horns. They are just beating the dog out of everybody, aren't they? Man, that was a fun game last night. The way they're playing, I mean, knock on wood, but the way they're playing, I think they're going to be tough to slow down. That'd be really cool. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow. Please give me a like, a follow, and a share. If you disagree with me, and I suspect some of you might, and that's fine. Let me know in the comments, but don't just be a troll. Give me some well-reasoned arguments. I'll take some time with you, I promise. I'll see you again next time, and until next time, don't forget, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon. I'll see you.